Hey everybody, it's Risley. Today we are playing Dicey Dungeons again. So I believe we have beat the first round with the warrior, so let's do a thief run. And he is theoretically not supposed to be too crazy hard, so let's see if we can't get this going. Into the night. It's the thief, back to the latest episode of Dicey Dungeons. Will he fulfill his dream of becoming unimaginably rich? Probably not, but anything's possible. So what is the equipment again that he has? The dagger and the lockpick. Explicit dice in 2 and reusable dagger. Okay, so his whole thing is basically just doing a bunch of little baby hits on people until he eventually whittles them down. Oh, and he gets to steal the ability of the enemy, which was very interesting, if only because 5 damage? That is a jam. And you get 2 of that over there. So the thief actually is more valuable in terms of wanting to get small dice and many of them. In the first round that I did with the thief, I turned into a bear pretty quickly. So it will be nice to have a little bit more time, I guess, doing the actual character. Auto shield, plus 3 damage, not too bad. Was I paying attention enough to realize I didn't need to add that shield because he was going to die anyway? No, but you can't be paying 100% of attention all the time, you know? That just gets boring. Pickpocket. On an even steals 1 gold once per battle. So that seems pretty good, only just because it's a small one, and it's only 1 per battle. I wonder if it... I guess it might just disappear or just become, like, unable to be used again once I use it once. Split a dice in 2. If that gives me a 2 and a 2, beautiful. And... you know, that just took an even. I absolutely should have used my 4 on it, because now I could have done both of these things, and I can't now. How much damage is this bro capable of? A pretty good amount. I will just hit him this time, and wish that I had done better. Okay. 8 damage! 8 damage? Man, that sword is too big for this guy. You're the second enemy, and you think you have the right? So we should split this one in 2, because we physically can't use it. Maximum shields. Double 2 damage. Lucky roll. Roll 4 extra 1s. So I could actually use this to get out of this one turn, but I don't think I'm going to level up after I defeat this guy anyway, and I don't believe he can kill me in this one turn prior to me leveling up, so I think I might as well just save it and hope that I can use it on the next fight anyway. Alright, baby frog, we need to do 6 damage. 2 1s is not enough for that. 3 runs is 7 1s, 7 1. Okay, fine. You got me. I don't want to wait any longer, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my super ability, even though it does feel like a little bit of a waste to use it on one little baby frog. And yeah, okay, so level up instantly heals me, so... still feels like a bit of a waste there. Pirate and Alchemist. Both of these actually unlock the same amount of apples in shop. I'm going to do the Pirate first, if only because I'm a little afraid of the Alchemist. I mean, she's where I accidentally became a bear with. Not that I think I have all that many dice to be, like, functionally doing that now, but I feel like she's pretty strong, and maybe I just want to try out one more little easy guy before I get onto that. So if we can sacrifice an even to get a gold, max 5 do damage on 4, you can reuse this. Well, I don't have that. I will split this in 2. One of the evens for gold. Just get that right out of the way. This is the same as this, so there's not really any point to using it, honestly. If only I had had a 4, maybe I would have actually attempted to do that. And he did get a 4. He actually almost got 2, so actually cheating. A 4 and a 5 is the perfect combination. Really makes you wonder sometimes with these kinds of games of 5 damage, 2 damage. This roll for 4 1s. 4 more damage. Plus this one, it would actually make it 5 more damage. I could probably just save it for next turn. I don't know if we'll be able to get 12 on one turn anyhow, so it probably doesn't really matter whether we do this or that, but yeah. Okay. I can split a 1 in 2 to automatically get extra 1s. And 8, 5, 6, 7. I cannot physically use cannon fire, so there's probably no real point in trying. Instead, we'll just do a bunch of baby damage. And even if I roll this, we would not be able to kill him on this turn, so I won't. But dang, our health is a lot lower than it probably should be on the first enemy. 8 health. I'm gonna have to eat both of those apples as soon as we get out of this fight. Boom, boom. Okay. I am far from the sea, but a fella like me. Well, the ocean's apart, I'm a pirate at heart. Apparently his super ability is cannon, which is just a giant fireball, so he's got more skill than you may think. Level 2 stereo head. I know that stereo head, I think last time he was like weak to electricity. Duplicate a dice or increase a dice's value. Duplicate seems like it's useful if only because this guy does like a bunch of little stuff. Can I fit? I can. And actually I could fit another one if I wanted to get bump as well. I mean, why not? So let's organize this by like combat. So bump is combat. It's not. This is nothing. This is nothing. Actually, we've only got 1 damage ability. I will take this apple because I am still terrified of Alchemist. I am slightly less terrified of Stereohead. They wrote the same level, so hopefully doing this guy first will actually be helpful for my overall mental health, who's to say. So 6s are basically unusable for this guy. A max 4 for that, so we might as well automatically split this in 2 and hope that we get a 4, and we did. There's no reason not to use it on that. And the 5 is useless. If I increase it, okay, this is like a really strange use of a 5 probably, but I'm actually going to use that to be the gold. Duplicate this and get 3 more little pips of damage there. And we did it. We were able to get 1 little thing of weakness. Which, the fact that he only has 2 abilities, I can see, I guess, why he's weak to lightning or whatever. It's interesting, because rather than, like, having, like, special weaknesses, I feel like they just take more damage from lightning or whatever. It seems like he's weak to it, because since he only has 2 abilities, disabling one would, like, mean so he's only physically able to do 1 attack in a turn, and I feel like that's, pretty cool. Split our value in 2. I could try and split my 5. Maybe it would give me a 4, or I could duplicate this 3, bump one of them. Okay, well we're not actually able to use this one anyway, unless it becomes a 4. Oh, that split? Oh, because it was weak and only gives 1 dice back? That sucks. 2 of these, an extra 1 of that, 4 to break that, and a little bit of super baby damage over here. Still 4 1s. Unlucky roll, still not being crazy useful. That's one thing I experienced when I was playing as the Architect earlier, is I feel like the Architect's special ability, it was not very useful. Like, I found myself almost never using it to roll a bunch of 6s. Maybe it was just the build that I had was, like, not super relevant to it, but we can split this 2. We don't need an extra 4, so we will just play that. And that thing is max 2. Duplicate that, get another 2. Let's get all this stuff out here. And we didn't even need to use our final dice. Joke's on you, Stereohead. I was better than you even thought possible. Crowbar reduces the countdown on all objects' equipment by blank. From Poison Needle, inflict poison. So Poison Needle actually works really well because I'm going to have a lot of 1s, I think, so at very least this would make my ultimate, like, always useful. Or at least if I still haven't used 3 uses of it yet. Crowbar sounds like it could be amazing because I think there are a lot of countdowns that, like, do really cool stuff, like that's the whole point of the countdown. So it's hard to take it because I don't have one yet, but maybe if I'm like later in the game and it becomes more of a thing, you know, where I realize Crowbar could, or if I like specifically try to pivot to make Crowbar work, then it could be like a really strong thing or something. I do like Bump. I want to keep Pickpocket just because I feel like the extra money, maybe that's like really good, you know? Maybe Pickpocket's actually a big jam. Split a dice in 2 is more important than Bump, technically speaking, because I'm cool with tiny dice, and I do want Poison Needle in here. On odd, heal 1 health. I don't need that right now, because I happen to have full health, but I may come back to it and add it in case I get in a critical situation later in a fight. Okay, Spooky Lady. Bear Potion. Transfers into a bear, 8 dice. That's the thing, is it's not even difficult. Like right now, in this 1 turn, I could just be a bear and commit to that for the rest of it. I'm not really sure if you get credit for completing stuff as the thief if you win as a bear though, or if that's just like some sort of bonus thing you can do. Max 2. Okay, so these 5s once again suck. We'll split that. This one wants an even. We can't do anything with a 4, so we might as well even that. And just a bunch of 2s, I guess. 2 damage or 1 poison. I think 2 damage is just straight up better, so there's actually like no purpose in me trying to use anything for that. I could do my 4 dice just to put a bunch of poison on her. And you know what? I feel like I'm like kind of wasting my ult by never using it, so let's actually just do that. Get ahead of the game a little bit. Feel like if we can actually utilize the powers that were given to me. I'm definitely the kind of person who whenever a game gives you like way too much potions or special trinkets and things that can only be used once, I'm the kind of person who like just chooses never to use them from that point on, because I feel like I can find somewhere better to use this. There'll be a bigger emergency than the time I died 5 times in a row. Duplicate. Inflict 5 poison once per battle. Okay, so we can actually trigger... Oh, I love this thing about the game. Like, you can, like, just put the dice places and it won't, like, audibly try to, like, pop into any spaces. Because then you can actually kind of math it out by, like, placing your dice places. This is useless, so I might as well put it there. This is useless, so I might as well put it there. I can duplicate this just to get 2 poison needles off. This only works there anyhow. And 5 poison. Plus 9. Okay, we're actually going to defeat her within 1 round of right now, so this is going to be a tad bit smoother than I had originally expected. I am very glad that her turning into a bear thing seems to be something that she only does, like, as a last resort sort of situation. Now, she's got 8 poison, so I don't actually think I have to do anything here. And I also don't think that, unless I transform into a bear, which would give me health, I don't want to be a bear, so I'll just end my turn and let her die. Didn't even have to do nothing on that last turn, I simply had to watch her perish. How sad. Can you sell any apples? No? Okay. Unless I have immediate access to apples on this one. Okay, this might be the turn where I have to get my bandage in here, because I am not doing super great. Temporarily switching out pickpocket for that. Vacuum is level 3 and Wizard is level 2. I do have a bit of a fear of Vacuum. I feel like Vacuum, his draining thing is extremely annoying, and unlike other characters whose special ability seems to just be make the fight longer, this makes the fight longer and he actually hurts you while he does it. Basically cheating. Plus 1 dice this fight. I mean, I'll duplicate this and then split one of them and just always get dice. That's crazy for the entire fight. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Wizard. I accept gladly. Can't use this for anything. This could be healing. This could be... So all of these could be poison or healing. Honestly, is 3 health worth not doing anything on this turn, though? You can have that. You can have that. 3 damage, 1 poison. Let's just do 3 damage. This guy can't do nothing. Oh, you know what? We could. Right off the bat, this thing's greatest purpose for me right now, I think, is just healing a little bit. Would, like, a bunch of poison in the long run have actually helped more than that? I'm not sure. Okay, and we definitely... So, the wizard rolling a 6 on turn 1 is, like, the worst case scenario, it looks like. Oh, boof, really? Plus 1 dice this fight? Can I do that again? Am I gonna get plus 2 next turn? Dang, if I get lucky with just happening to pull the 6 every time, that's crazy. This is probably an okay duplicate. Do I care about bandage and lockpick? Probably not too much. I can just saddle him with a bit more poison this turn, and we'll see how this goes. Honestly, not feeling too great. 10 HP is definitely striking me as too little to win in a fight. Oof, 2 burn damage. At least I have, like, super extra dice. Dodge the next attack. Oh, if I had bump, I could actually utilize that. Sadly, I do not. Let's duplicate the... Well, I can put a bunch of things into poison. We will definitely be lucky rolling, because I'm pretty sure I'll die if I don't do this. I could actually take 2 damage to guarantee I don't get hit next round. Definitely an appealing concept. You can have that. These go here. You split in half so that we can actually get more healing out of there. 6 damage. Oh my goodness, if I can do 2 damage, we can actually do this without having to take any more. Alright. We're going to the next battle with 6 health. Let's see how it rolls. Boy. Good boy, wizard. Good boy. I thank the gods that I happen to get the 6 added dice 2 times. Okay, so that ability is an actual damage one, which I do feel like I'm lacking a little bit. Can I just get more of this? Okay, I was hoping that would actually do more poison damage. Sword plus 1. Anything? Split a dice in 2 on 6 split into 3 and make it smaller. Can I fit anything else in there? I guess I could take a bump if I do make counterfeit smaller. Is this worth? Let's do it, although again I am a bit shaky on the concept that I feel like more damage might be what I need in the long run. But let's see. You and you. Bandage is still in here. Because I am extremely lacking in damage. Let's see. 5, 5, 8. Okay, so his different ability is getting small dice, so I feel like doing something that specifically requires large dice. I guess the benefit is that if I do roll a large dice, which obviously is like equally as likely, I can still utilize it, and that's the benefit of having something that requires those. I think I need an apple, so I will probably go for vacuum. Also, I'm pretty sure one thing that I realized when I played another round yesterday, that I might actually have to switch my deck up depending on the, like, weaknesses or whatever of the unit, and I think the poison jar over there is strong to poison, which currently is one of my biggest things, so. Duplicate a dice, max 4. Dice plus 1, split a dice in 2. So splitting a 1 in 2 gives me 2 1s, that is very useful. Duplicate a 2. So let's just get our poisons out of the way here. 3 poisons is always a jam. I could bump this and do 3 drain, which is very useful because I am completely out of health basically. And let's just heal 1. Not the best turn, but I did get a little bit of health out of it. I guess this is kind of the iffy guy. Oh, blind? My dude saw. It doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but I might be able to use his drain against him just to get something back for myself. I can't really do anything with a 5. So split that in half. A 4, beautiful. Do I want to duplicate this? No, there is no particular reason to do that, but I will drain 4, thank you. Can I use this? Nope, this is too big. Too big. So both of these are over 2. Dice value plus 1, duplicated dice. Are either of them 3? Are either of them odd? Okay, well, at the very least I can get that out. Will I take 4 just to do a pix of damage? Yeah, actually. Let's get more poison out there. And let's heal a little bit. And I should have been doing this the whole time. Silly me. Okay. 17 damage, 4 poison. Man, this man is rolling too many 6s. I don't know what kind of luck you got coming out of your ass, but that's too many 6s, my dude. Limit break. I've got a heartbeat because I've only got 7 health. What are you? Mystery? Oh. I need you to be better than mystery. 2, 5, healing. An unlucky roll and get a bunch of 1s. I'm not sure how intensely useful this is for me. Can you do damage? 2? That was a 2? Damn. That might have actually been the one that I split in half and re-rolled, so it was a little bit of a waste probably. Duplicate this just to get more healing. Increase this one just because that makes it fit. And all of these do work with dagger, and those were 3s. He's only got 5 health left. Can we live 1 more turn? 3 damage, 4 drain, 6. So we only have to do 3 damage in order for this to actually work out well enough. Definitely want to do that. We will duplicate a here. Okay, so he's gonna die anyway, so at this point the most useful thing for us to do is just to heal as much as possible. We will take this one, and there. 11 health, and you died to poison. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm very glad for your sacrifice. It has caused us to actually have health, and maybe we can actually take out the poison jar. Which, once again, I think he is strong to poison. Is it worth switching out my poison for something else? The main problem is just that the only, like, attacking thing we have is dagger if we get rid of poison, but I know that he's not going to be very strong against it. We can get rid of this one and poison needle in exchange for staff. And bump works with that. Split dice into counterfeit reusable. I will get rid of this specifically to get more gold this turn because I see we have a shop and I have not been utilizing it very much. Okay. Yep, he is strong against poison. I was correct. Bless my memory, I know what's going on. So he has Poison Cloud. Okay, so the stolen ability that we got from him is just like more poison, so not crazy useful for us, but I'm pretty sure if I put a 6 up here, it will actually give me back a 6 and a 1, which is pretty useful, and just I get another 1, but is that worth it, or should I like spin? Yeah, I think it's probably fine. And 6 can be used here, just to get that really close. Can a 5 do anything? No. This isn't even, and I can't really do much with it anyhow. Might as well duplicate this, because I got nothing else to roll. 6, 3 pips of damage, or 1 poison. I don't think poison does very much, so 3 pips of damage is the way to go for this Mr. Sir. Double poison. Wow, that seems like it would take a hell long for him to get to, and I don't know how much poison he can actually stack on me up until that point. This guy's definitely a slow starter. Only 2 ticks of damage for just applying poison to start with. And I'm not putting poison on him, so any turn that I get blight out of him is a super waste, I would say. Let's get an extra one of you. We can use this here. For a 2. Might as well duplicate this one, just because we require... Well, 3, 3, 3, 2. This actually is probably the better way to go about this. 9 damage. And you better squeeze your biscuits there, sir, because next turn you're going down. No amount of super poison you inflict upon me. Especially because it can't even use that apply poison card more than once, I guess? So just applying 1 and having a chance in like 5 turns to double it is pretty weak, honestly. Do that. 8. This doesn't help anyway, and boom. Alright, that was not nearly as difficult. Would I have actually been able to win that over the other guy if I had done it first? Who's to say? First aid kit. Heal 8 health. Yeah, okay, so that one that like crowbar that decreases counters. Survive the next fatal blow. Doesn't stack. If I had both of these, I would be so freaking healthy and I could use it on both of them. That's crazy. Especially because it looks like Last Stand does not even require, like it's not a once per fight sort of situation. Reduce 1 damage from each attack. So if they did multiple, that doesn't seem too good. I will buy first aid, and I think switch that out for the little bandage. I'm not even using bandage right now, so you get out of here. First aid is going to be our new dump stat. If we have too many big keys, we will put them there. Putting poison needle back. Split a dice in 2. That's fine because we're using first aid now. Damage. Goes away, health, and 2 different things that affect the dice. This is the key of organization. I like stacking things that seem like they make some sort of sense together. Alright, Yeti Man. Man, this is like the broadest map I've seen. He is weak to fire. Oh, that sucks. I think I might have just removed a fire from my deck, so... Lucky on you, kiddo. Freeze is do ice damage, freeze 1 dice. When a dice is frozen, it just turns a large number into a 1. So this is a little lame, given that it just means that I can't use my my healing thing as often. But I actually am cool with 1s for this character, so that is actually perfectly fine with me. Oh, and it has to be odd. So this is actually the thing with this one, is if I use it against him, it automatically makes his larger dice into an odd number, which means he will automatically be able to use this ability back on me, but because it's a 1 that just do pure damage there, is going to do less. So it's kind of like if I was gambling to see if this is worth it, taking 1 damage like every turn, just to make sure that it's not going to be like an odd 5 or something and hits me with 5 damage at once. So let's see here, 2, 1, 5. Can we do anything with a 5? We can dump the 5, so that's useless. We will probably do this. Auto with our pickpocket, just because I want to get a little bit money out first. And we will use our lucky roll, just because it's like the beginning of this fight, so I might as well like get something out there. Poison is done. Might as well increase this one. We could use our 5 over here. Do I not want to save it for healing? We don't currently require any health, so I guess this is actually as good as it's going to go. And just a little bunch of baby damage. Boop, boop, boop. 22. 1 frozen. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3. He didn't get doubles. Saving grace. I feel like the enemy always rolls a bit more lucky than you would think that they should be able to on default. Freeze all dice. Is that good for me? Freeze all dice. No, because if I froze all of his dice, then he would automatically get a bunch of ones, and then he would be able to freeze all my dice. So that's just kind of a back and forth. I feel like this guy and the thief just kind of blend to be very samey together. No to that. I'm okay without first aid right now. And I guess this is just a bunch of ones, so let's get in there. 2 3s. And I guess we can actually... yeah, let's sacrifice 1, just in case. We're investing in the future. I feel like that's one thing that I also neglected, is that I did a run with the warrior in which I actually used shields. Which, instinctively, my mindset says, no shield, only fight. The faster the HP goes down is the best thing I want. It turns out shields are actually super useful and help you get further in the game faster. Isn't that crazy? Let's donate the 1s to the poison. Max 2. Should I have duplicated one of those 1s so that I could use it on the last poison? Yes, I didn't think about it. Let's not bring it up. A 5, and we can duplicate the 5 to get 2 of these out here. So next turn we will get 8 health back, which is most of it. And then he is going to die immediately after that, so we can actually put all of our resources into healing this turn. 8 health. And you are going to die, so there is no point in doing anything else, but... intrinsically, I am full of fear, and I'm gonna make sure. There we go. Making sure is never too bad, you know, you can never be too safe. Man who goes to sleep with an axe under his pillow is insane every night but the one time that somebody actually attacks him. I'm very happy that the game allows you to walk over an apple. Iron armor, reduce 2 damage from each attack if I get a 5. So these kinds of abilities that require a specific number are definitely benefited by abilities that allow you to modify. Like if I had a lockpick and bump, I could basically guarantee a certain number like every turn. Well, assuming it's like a low number. I guess I couldn't guarantee a 5 necessarily, but... duplicated dice, bump it, pickpocket, first aid. I don't really want dagger all that much, but if I get rid of it, I have no other source of damage. So sadly, we're going to leave iron armor here for a hot second, but we may return. And I've got plenty of this. Let's see. Get 2 blanks on the next turn. Next equipment has +1 use this turn. Okay, hook shot is pretty great, and 2 is actually something that I can definitely do. So I will buy this. The problem being that I continue to have no damage whatsoever. Next equipment has 2. I have 5. I use these 2 on the same turn. Next damage is 4 damage each. That's pretty good. Duplicating is useful. Bumping is actually less useful than other things would be. Pickpocket is a one-time use. Okay, maybe I can actually live without pickpocket. Next equipment has +1 uses that turn. So this doesn't actually give me more dice, it just means that I can use the ability again. +1 uses. Which I guess would be good for duplicate, so if I get a 2, I'd be spending 1 dice to get 1 more use of duplicate, which is the same. So actually, I don't know. Maybe that isn't actually the greatest thing. Too much math. We'll try it out for 1 turn. Wicker Man, you are made of sticks, and you are weak to fire. Part 73 on I forgot to consider the weaknesses and put a fire attack into my deck. Do damage on 6 return 2 health. That would be really cool because I'm actually able to make that happen, except I cannot fit it right now. I guess I want 2 2s just because I can't do much with my big numbers here. I could use this to do something twice, but that's not really worth it because nothing else here actually fits any of these things. We'll do that just to get that out there. Oh, you know what? I guess the point would have been to get... that's how I could have gotten more damage out there. Oops. Wasted my time a little bit. Oop, oop, double poison. Unlucky roll. More poison, a little bit of damage and some 8. Nah, we're good. No need for you, unlucky roll. We'll deal with this on our own hand. And he gets to heal himself too. Wait, why do you do fire damage? This man is like a fire grass type Pokemon. People were wanting a fire grass type Pokemon for so darn long. And I don't know why they didn't make one, because it feels like that's like, there's a few ideas that you could work with that, you know? I know they made the alternative, like, Darmanitan form or something. People were talking about. I mean, this game's got like a marshmallow that's both sweating and on fire. And this man's made of sticks and he's wearing sunglasses, so obviously he's from the beach. These are two ingenious ways that you could have utilized that in Pokemon, and yet they just passed it by. You really gotta question them sometimes, you know? Man, it's hard, because I want tiny dice. Bump makes one increase. I was thinking bump would be really useful, but actually it's making it harder, because I have too many big dice. 12? If I bump this one, we can actually make that one work. Or I can just duplicate this. Sure. Let's do that one. And I cannot get a 2, sadly, so there's no way for me to make this happen twice. A 5, a 4, and a 3. Well, this is the only thing that we can really be doing here, so I guess that's what we're going with. Do I want to do 4? So that'd be 3 extra poison. And 1 tick. You know what? That's the thing also. I feel like I am too held back, I guess, in the utilization of my supers and stuff, because it's going to keep building. And if I just hold it forever, then I'm wasting all the building that I could have been doing that entire time. This man is almost going to die on his next turn, and luckily did not get that last 9 off of me. So we are actually good to go for this turn. Such that I might as well do this, just to get the 2 health back. Do I want anything else? No, I do not believe anything else here strictly benefits me, so this will be good. Maybe this time I'll weave myself longer legs. Did he make himself? Oh, it's time to be made of wicker. You should try it too. Is there some sort of fire spirit, like, buried inside that wicker man? That's kind of interesting, the idea that your physical form is directly related to how good you are at crafting it. You would think that if that was so, that everyone would try their very hardest to be better at making things besides sticks, but that man's living his life, I guess. He did not seem all too sad about his situation. 5 damage plus 2. 5 damage plus 2. Okay, here's like the science that comes into this, right? 5 damage plus 2 is a duplicate of 5. 2 5s. Use it. Bump this one so it is a 2. Duplicate this. Make it so that the next equipment has +1 uses this turn, which means we can actually do this twice. Super weakness. This man's not going to get anything done next turn. That's good. And 3 damage or 1 3 damage. Alright, that's the kind of math that we want to work out. That's kind of math. Okay. You can't weaken me back. Just because I stole your ability makes you think that you get to use it back at me. That is quite unfair of you. 1 1 3 2. So these are the tiny dice that we have been wanting this entire time. Sadly, I don't want them as much in this very moment. No point in doing that. I guess duplicate 3. We'll get 2 3s. Use 1 there, because that's the best thing we got. You know, actually, just the use of the weakness, I probably should have prioritized getting everything out there, but duplicate that, and we will just do a bunch of tiny things, I think. Yep. Tiny pip damage today. 1 poison, 1 damage. Let's do 1 poison, because I think it makes literally no difference. That's one thing about the poison, is that unless you have something that if they have super poison on them, this ability does double damage or something like that. It's literally the same as just doing damage to them, I think. Like, I don't think... Does it go down 1 every turn? Or... I guess it's a building thing, actually. I don't even know what this is, so you cannot convince me to unlock it. Joke's on you. I could heal for 8. In fact, I think I will. I think I simply will. The problem there, of course, being that I can't use anything else on the board unless I open this up, so I guess that's what we're doing. Ah, this would have been so cool! Let me back in! Even if I... Max 1 by... I can actually get an even. Alright. This is as good a use of this as ever. Dodge next attack. Super great. Boop. Boop. Doot. And good. Alright. That is how you fully utilize the squad. 2 poison, and I get to dodge 1 attack. And he actually has almost no attack in concept at all anyway, so... I feel like if I dodge something, I shouldn't get the weakness applied, but if you insist, whatever. So we have this. I would like to use this twice on there. Needs 2 2s. Seems kind of dramatic. And I can't duplicate the 5 this turn to use it twice anyhow. You know what? Do that. This is my bump. Doot, doot. 5, 5, and 1 poison. I think that was pretty great. I guess that's this kind of game. It seems like it's so cutesy, and I know it's just kind of a small indie game. Like, roguelites are pretty hard. This one kind of gives the appearance with how small like each of the levels are and stuff, and it's not going to be too hard. And I feel like it's I guess it's not too hard because it's only just you're a little bit random, but you can do as well as you're physically capable. You just have to find the top like route that you can pass through. I can get a 1 from here. I can heal. Might as well do that because that's all I can really do anyhow. 2 of this. There's no reason for us to have more 6s because 6s are garbage anyhow. Let's see. 1 could be poison. 2 could double something. I don't really have a whole lot of point to that. Actually, this is just weakness. That is probably better than just setting anything else off. And we'll just use 2 different ticks of damage. 5? Oh, he's so close. It doesn't really matter that we're not killing him that quickly because my healing thing is working so well that I'm not really losing a whole lot of health from sitting in this fight longer. He's just annoying. Maybe that's the concept of loud bird. He's just supposed to represent someone who's like listening to music and singing loudly in public and annoying everyone around him. 3 damage. Do we want to try to heal once more before we get out? I am not sure it's physically possible. This is gonna do that. Do this. Nah, I was really close to being able to do that, but this is not to be. You know what, actually, he was gonna die to poison. I actually could have set that off again if I had bumped one of my little dice. Or used a little dice for the damage, and then used that 3 to set off the healing thing. Alright, that was a bad play. Luckily, we actually leveled up that turn, so it didn't matter. Set all dice to blank. Use 2 dice to set all dice. Okay, that doesn't seem too strong to me. I guess if you had infinite dice. This seems like it's only really useful when you use your special ability. You could, like, use 2 of the 1s that you get to turn everyone into 6s or something, or I guess all into 1s. Hacksaw. Split a dice into 3. That sounds useful. I really like upgrading things, but this does sound very interesting. I feel like I have a purpose for big dice now with my healing, so maybe it's okay for me to get an upgrade. 2 bumps. 12 plus 8. Plus 1 damage. This one's just insulting. I realize it's probably because dagger is like it's kind of a cruddy utility tool to be using anyhow. 1 damage. Max 2. You can use that 5 times. Hook shot. Next equipment has plus 1 uses this turn. Hook shot's just kind of been fun because it, it's easier to use that. Wait, backpack. Can I actually, the thing I just got, can it get, like, cooler? Oh no, I didn't choose it. I skipped over it. Ah, boo. I'm so forgetful. Deal 2 damage. We're not doing that. Don't need that. Get all dice in 2 on 3. Split it into 3. That's okay. If staff could have been made smaller so I could actually fit it into my deck, that would have been pretty cool. I guess we'll just do this. It could be useful in the future. It's kind of relying on the people that we're fighting to have something cool for me to want to use twice, but whatever. Raise 1 dice, roll a 1. Okay, so this seems like a great one for me just because it's constantly giving me back dice and freezing one of theirs, right? So it's like benefit, plus you didn't lose anything. But I really like first aid. In fact, I have plans to upgrade it at some point in the future, so I don't really want to give it up right now. And I don't need the apple. Look at me, leaving this floor without even requiring extra health. And we can skip that apple. Man, there are so many apples. Is this like floor plan the same as the last one? Wow, I'm not even mixing it up? How crazy. Even number, 2 damage, plus 1 each turn, 2 uses this turn. That sounds amazing. It would be really cool if I had an even number. Technically, I could make 2 even numbers. If I did this. So that will escalate. How many things do I have to steal from? I might not get it back, so maybe it's not actually that good of an investment for me. I did already spend some stuff to do it, though. None of these dice actually do anything else. Even. Next equipment has plus 2 turns. Nah, whatever. We'll just do that. And this doesn't do anything. That has to go there. And this is just one poison, I guess? You can get poisoned, son. I know that you're purple and the background is purple, and you're probably thinking to yourself, wow, I'm like floating into the background a little bit more than I would like in the first place, but sucks for you. I'm gonna add some purple poison on that too. I could curse the enemy. Is that good for me? Sure. Don't know what these are. I could duplicate them and have more of mystery, which is always interesting in life. No point in that. Okay, so this is bigger than a 2. And that one is also bigger than a 2. 5 damage plus 1. Duplicate. It's a big dice. I guess I could just heal this turn. It feels like sort of a waste. You know, let's actually do something. Let's get some poison in there. No point in duplicating this one, so you can leave. And I don't know if Hookshot will carry on to the next turn, but it is equipped. It looks like it's an ability. Okay, so it looks like it is going to follow us. That is very nice. You, sir, have too many dice. Why are you capable of rolling so many? Using all of your abilities seems a little bit unfair, whether or not I also am able to do that. Can't tell if either of these are going to be something close to a 4, so that's a little bit difficult. And whatever I do actually has the ability to be used twice. So if I bump this one... Alright, this just didn't. That did not carry on with the next round. So this is slightly higher than it used to be. Is it a 4? Nope, not a 4. Okay. It's also not smaller than these things, which means this is a 5 or a 6. Which means let's duplicate it and put both of them in here. 2 6s. I could do something. More damage. Are you a 4? You were a 4! Dang, man. Was it actually worth it to spread that out? I feel like we're doing baby damage to this guy. He did not roll a 4. That's a little magic. He's got a lot of dice, but he doesn't got the luck for it. A 4. A 4. Either of these are 4s. Plus healing. Duplicated dice. 2. Let's duplicate this one. Just to get more poison out of here. Let's increase this one. Now is it a 4? Nope, it is not a 4. It was less than that though. Which I actually kind of want this. Is this a 4? It's not a 4. I don't want this to be higher. I actually want this to be smaller just because I would like to take this off next turn, but we'll get it. Nope, it was too big. Well, whatever. Is healing ever bad? I feel like it would be poor of me to say that healing is ever necessarily wrong to do. Okay, even. And we have Limb Break. We're really trickling down on the damage for this guy. Duplicates a dice. Is 6 useful? 6 can do this, and 6 can do that. And it looks like it actually did renew itself from the last time that we used it. So I guess when we steal something and then we get a new thing, it like starts it over. So that's definitely not too useful to be using. I am going to store these in here just because I feel like it might be the most useful thing to do with them. That was small enough. This was not small enough. Can I do this? No. This is too big. Let's just heal. And more poison. Man, we really need some more damage abilities. Or I guess I should actually just start using my unlucky roll more often. Two 6s. Duplicated dice. So we can actually just hit this one off right away. Thanks for the health. And I'm gonna get these if only because I want to make sure we can get all these poisons off. Are either of you 4? Booyah. More poison. I have an odd number. This might as well get bigger. And can you fit here? Can you fit there? Okay, cool. That doesn't do anything, so it didn't matter anyway. Man, you spicy kraken. You will die next turn, so this next turn coming up should definitely be devoted to getting as much health back as physically possible. We're going to throw everything we have to increase the value of this. Duplicated. If one of these is a 6, that was a 1. That was also a 1. Joke's on you, that sucks. Oh, bro, we were so close! We could have left this battle with almost exactly as much health as we came into it. Perfect amount. Level 4, level 5, upgrade it. Well, I might as well upgrade first. Super dagger. Dagger is honestly something that is extremely replaceable as soon as we get something small that actually fits in its place. These ones can't. Bump. First aid. I mean, that's pretty good, just making it smaller. Yeah, sure, let's get that one. And you know what, actually? It could be of interest to me, right? Because big numbers are going into healing. Hookshot is not as cool as I thought it was. Duplicate a dice, increase the times. I did this, and I can actually fit that in there. Then we have 3 things, a healing and a duplicate dice. Our ability to modify the dice is very weakened by this maneuver. I'm gonna try it for 1 fight. Are any of you guys weak? Okay, this one's a bit hard because normally I want to do these guys first, but I think Paper Knight is actually weak to fire. So I'm gonna do her first, even though she's a higher level, just to see if I can get her out of the way and maybe see if this current setup is pretty functional. Interesting that she's weak to fire purely because she's just wearing stuff that's flammable. That is pretty fun. So I can duplicate this dice and instantly heal if I wanted. Lose 2 attack each use. So that's kind of the benefit. You know how I said, like, that these things, they reset every time that I steal it? This one, it looks like it's this kind of thing that gets weaker, like next turn it'll only do 7 damage, but since it's resetting for me every time I get it, that's actually just a jam. So let's do some fire damage. 2 things of poison because we have them. This can go here because it doesn't really matter. 6 damage, burn 1 dice. Or halfway to there. Let's just burn. And I'm not really sure what the benefit is, so +2. Because it says she's weak to fire. I don't know if she just took more damage when I was like using an active card that does fire damage. Because I assumed it might have just made it so that like her dice that were on fire, maybe she had to like take more damage if she wanted to unlock them. That was not how it turned out. We can duplicate this guy. Just because I want an even to go in there. Very strong. And you know, I'm pretty confident if we keep stealing that ability. If we keep happening to stealing that, I feel like we can kill her pretty easy, which makes me want to start investing in first aid a little bit. This is 7, so it's not going to get us anywhere with that anyway. Yeah, you know what? Let's just invest. 5. Which, honestly, she hasn't actually done much damage to us anyway. It is strange how many characters. It's like, the characters either seem to be, you're not even going to hurt me, this battle is just going to last frickin' forever, or, like, 3 hits and I'm, like, crippled on the ground and it's horrendous. It's, like, way too much damage at once. Odd. Unlock 1 dice to use this turn. I don't have any odd dice. Sucks for me, all I've got is a bunch of 2s. Which I could use to heal. So why not? And I wish I had more, but alas. If you were hitting me a bit more, I could have used Unlucky Roll. Sadly, my super ability is limited because you are too weak. Interesting to think that means, unless you're saving it, the enemies that are doing worse against you, or better against you, I guess, actually allow you to attack back even harder, faster. 11 damage. 9 damage. Hmm. 2 damage, 9 damage. So that's actually enough. It would have been cool if I could have gotten first aid off, but alas, she will have to die to natural causes. You know, I'm a pacifist at heart. I'll fight, but I won't kill. You know, if someone happens to die as a result of, like, whatever the heck after a fight, you know, that's not really my problem. Okay, spatula. I mean, I have so many cards. Flip a dice upside down. Okay, so that's like a modify style card, just because it allows us to kind of force something. Dagger sucks. I don't really use it, so honestly, now that we have staff, we have like a main fighting thing plus a little bonus thing. I think that we could see what actually works better here. Spatula is a modifier. Do we need modifiers? I would say we actually don't need that. I guess it could give us higher numbers if we rolled like a 1 or something, but whatever. Pickpocket, no. Healing, we don't need. Spittle dice in 2, not useful really either. This one requires a 5. Which I feel like if I'm going to do a 5, I'll do something else with it, so probably not that useful. I could use this to get 2 duplicates out. An even number for 2. So I could do like trade a 6 in to be able to duplicate a 6 twice. This could be cool, I don't know. Let's just run this for 1 turn and see how that goes. We will heal because we're here. I should have jumped by the star before I walked all the way over there. Not super efficient of me. Roll 2 1s or double poison. That is a huge counter, but it only costs 1 gold, so I will pick it up. Light. Because we're not really running a, like, maximize poison needle as much as possible thing going on right now, so it's kind of fine with ignoring it. Maybe if it seems like we're starting to get rolled a little bit, I'll come back to that. Do 5 damage and lock 1 dice. I would like my dice to be larger than they currently are. Is there a whole point to using this? Maybe not, but if you're going to offer it to me, I might as well utilize it. 3, so we've got 9 here, so we can run staff. And we might as well duplicate one of these ones, because I have no purpose in tiny dice. So unless we're actually able to trigger this within 1 turn, it's completely useless to us, so no point in looking at that. And I can't use these much for anything, which saves us a little bit of math going up here. And that was only, well, like 7 damage plus a burn. I feel like he took more damage than I expected him to. Lose 2 health at the start of turn, pierces shields. He doesn't have any shields anyway, so that is irrelevant. Not getting very many even numbers, so that guy is not super useful. I will duplicate this because it is all I have. And I actually could do that. 5 damage plus lock 1 dice. I don't really see how useful lock 1 dice. How many does he roll? 3? I mean, I guess. Do 8. I think I'm just gonna split this up between these guys. Get some health back, do some damage. They're pretty basic. We'll do the simplest thing. Okay, I love Battle Axe though. I don't know if the what cards you can get is actually like entirely affected by what character you're playing. Like I see that there's definitely cards that only show up probably for certain characters. I don't know if that's the case for every card, like an entire unique deck for everybody. Duplicate this. So I could even to make this thing usable twice, but I cannot actually set it off twice anyhow. So again, that's not super useful. Damage. Damage. And we will heal again next turn. Healing and shield is a lot more useful than I thought. Okay, let's see here. Beetle Headbutt. Continues to be useless. Thank you for continuously giving it to me. Duplicate that. I guess we'll just heal and damage again. So I could sacrifice this to make that useful twice. Again, that does not do anything. And there's no point in not doing this way, so boom. I guess I'll do this. I mean, we're not really taking any damage, so it's not like this fight is particularly hard or anything, but I also feel like it's taking so long that I'll use my little Anorkia roll just to get out of that a little quicker. Aw, baby dice, come on. This is the turn that I especially wanted to be able to use first aid against. Duplicate that. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we can just hit him, and there's no healing. Yeah, there's no healing to be had here, so... whatever. Boom. Goodbye, sir. You did more damage to me in the long run than I had wanted, because I was unable to get my healing off at the very last second, but... you can't always expect things to go great. I should have eaten that apple! If I die to this lady because I missed that apple, I'm gonna cry. This is a suck roll, come on now. I guess we're just gonna be burning this. Wait, max 4? Weakens enemy. Sure, let's do that. And let's get a little bit of poison out there. And we have another 4. I actually would like health, so I'm gonna invest in health a little bit right here. Sad verse, high note. Oh, is this girl sad? Everyone knows the best-selling songs are either romance songs, which I feel like makes up like 95% of all like big songs out there. It's like breakup, getting together, or just how much I love you. Or just like realistic, relatable things about like anxiety and mental health is a lot more prevalent nowadays, I feel. I could duplicate a 3, use it over there, which is the highest thing that I can duplicate, so might as well do that. And you may have that, because I don't have a bump, so I can't use it elsewhere. You may have that. And I can either heal, which I think I shall. Put that there. And I could get a bunch of 1s, which would give me 2 more poisons, and yeah, sure, whatever. Poison, poison, 2 more counters. Use Unlucky Roll as much as possible. We are not holding it. Although actually this might be the last floor before the boss, so I could see how I might want to have my Unlucky Roll charge for the next battle. and there it is. So if I could kill her without using the rest of it, that would be cool. Needs 2 equipment to use, not super useful. Don't really care about the loss of poison needle, honestly. 20 do 12 damage. Is she close to that? No, she might have just done it. Let's just duplicate this 5. It is closer to healing. And this would bring us there. So, heal. Do some king damage. And 1 little pip of damage there. 8 damage or 8 healing per use of that card feels pretty strong. Especially because we only have 40 health, but I feel like I don't feel like I moved very much down here. We will do that. Duplicate this because it is the best. I could heal for 4. It's a pretty cruddy time to do that though, so we're just gonna do that instead. And this could do that. And this could help with that. I don't know if I invest in this while it's weakened, if it'll actually keep it when it like comes back to normal next turn. But I can't really do anything else here anyway, so... If I did roll this, I could get 2 more poison out there. That would be 7 poison minus 1. It would not kill her, and therefore it is not worth. Okay. High note, do 9 damage. Oh, thank you for that. Sucks that she's still capable of frickin' using it, but I'm pretty sure that weakness might have actually just saved my life. From 9 to 20? Yeah, that absolutely. Oh, 9 to 12, 3. I would have been a lot closer to death, at least. She's gonna die anyway, so we just want to put as much as we can into healing this turn. And now that I've said that, 10, 13, even. 9, 10. There was actually probably a way for us to get that off twice before the end of this battle, but I think we're gonna level afterwards, fingers crossed, so it shouldn't matter that much. Please level me. This is the thing before the fight, isn't it? The boss? Alright, sweetness. Extra dice. And we are maxed. Yeah, so I think the next floor is just the boss battle, so whatever we need. I'm not doing anything else with this money, so we might as well buy that. I wonder if there's an achievement for ending like a round with like this entire box filled, because I've only got halfway and I've played so much. I feel like it's probably a little bit of a difficult thing to manage. Do I want to switch anything out? Roll 2 1s. I don't care for this, so no. Neutral. No. Double. I've not been using poison all that much, honestly. Don't care about that. Blep, blep, blep. I think this is probably our final go. Hookshot really is not really... I have to get such big dice and so many of them for Hookshot to be useful at all. Do I want to switch that for something different? I guess it would be this, but 2 damage off does not feel that well. Bump? Bump for a double counterfeit. We'll keep it. We're gonna ride with the deck that brought us. Let's see if this actually ends up well. If it doesn't, whatever. Thief versus Beatrice. Ooh, Queen Bee. I wonder why Queen Bee is such like a common trope for a final boss battle. Which is interesting. I mean, I love bees, so I'm like totally for it, but it seems like it happens so commonly. Well, if it isn't another dice. Oh wait, if it's only one of you. Is it Deuce? That sounds right. Anyhow, welcome to defeat, Deuce. Deuce? That's not my name, girl. Do 4 damage and inflict 1 shock. Okay, this bee is an electric bee. It's an electric type Pokemon. We can totally do that by duplicating this one if we so felt. We could also duplicate this one for double health, which we don't need right now. We might as well unlucky roll. Like, this is definitely the fight. If we're not gonna... There's no point in saving this at any point, so let's just get that out of the way. As much poison as we have physically possible. This allows something to be used twice. Which means if I duplicate this... Okay. So that gets off once, which we don't need now, but it would be useful just to get it stored. This we could actually use twice. Okay. We'll throw a 2 in there just to get this in there. And I thought that was going to do it in 1. Luckily it is not an entire failure. And we will invest in this one just because we don't... I realize like it might be specifically a thing that I want to keep that as like low as possible every turn, even if it risks like not doing as much damage this turn or something, but... We're gonna get Bee Sting basically every turn as the Thief, because it's like the only thing that we have to steal here. Which is pretty useful, honestly. If I'm able to use it twice that turn, and like minimize the amount of dice she's able to use each one, that's actually great. And she didn't even harm the one that I needed to do it with. Even, dodge next attack. I will absolutely do that. So even. We need 2 evens. Feels a bit weird to be doing this, because, wait, can I, does that carry over? Dodge next attack? I guess if she hits me twice, it would work twice. Even, even, even. 5. Unlock that. 5, 5. Even. 6, 5. Or we could use this twice instead. I guess dodging is still better though, because I think I still get hit by shock though, even if I do dodge. How much damage does she actually capable of doing? 4? That's not too bad. Dodging twice? Or staffing twice? I think I'm gonna staff twice. Let's see how this one rolls. Oh, she had dodge. Oh, I was thinking too hard. She wasn't even capable of being hit for the first one anyway, so it didn't matter. Okay, whatever. And I didn't get to lightning charge any of her stuff because I used all my dice on this. Okay. That might have been a mistake if only because she was able to do her charging. She only hit me twice last time anyway, but... What was her big attack? I feel like I'm not really paying attention to it because I feel like she's not using it. Oh, it is the dodge. Okay, so she is going to dodge the first hit that we do here. So we will duplicate this 5, if only because we want to use this one twice because she's going to dodge the first one. An even to make that work. And a 5 to make that work. Oh, this works out really well, actually. Boom. She dodges that one. This one functions. This one, we're just gonna throw a bunch of stuff in, like whatever. And I don't really think this is going to affect first aid very much, so we might as well stack on the poison with that one. Okay, honestly, I think we're doing pretty good. Unless she, like, pulls out something that's pretty crazy, I think that we have this one down packed pretty well. Okay, so we are 1 away from this one. First attack, bee skin, do 4 damage, inflict 4. So she's dodging. She's not dodging, but she does have 3 poison. Can we pull this one out? Oh, hello, Arraid. It's pretty interesting. This is only my 2nd stream. Hello, welcome. Maximum 2. This will poison. We need an even. Even is 4. This can pull that one off, and this one can pull this one off. Is it worth doing twice? I don't think we're actually physically capable of doing anything twice here, so we will do this and this. 4, because whatever. Oh, this is mine too. I wasn't even looking at it. And I guess we could save up for more first aid here. 5 health. 10 health, 20. Can she do 16 damage to us in 1 turn? She cannot, but we have our unlucky roll. Poison is going to do 2 damage to her automatically. We have 8. Can we deal 8 damage and she cannot dodge? We can easily deal 8 damage. Deal that just to show off. Show off that we're so much better than her that we didn't even need that. 4 damage. Boom. Alright. So that's like our first win with the thief. Pretty good. What a sneaky underhanded victory. Magnificent. I'm not here for compliments. I'm here for prizes. Of course you are, and that means it's time to spin the wheel. If you land on a prize spot, you'll get your billion and a quick pathway out of the... Got it, spin. Want to do a drum roll to build anticipation? Just spin it. Wow, so rude. I'm not rude, you know, I'll give him his little thing. Even if this wheel is doomed to curse me to death, I'll still give him his little time to shine. No, bad luck. Looks like you missed out this time. But don't lose hope, your time in the dungeon isn't up yet. We'll be back soon with more episodes. Okay, so we've got 1 win on Warrior and 1 win on Thief. Not doing too horrendous.